Hey guys, Ken from Investing Made Easy here. Today I'm going to be talking about another large-scale mining company called Ambit. Before we start, make sure to like and subscribe for future videos. Also, leave a comment on what I should do next, and let's get into the video. So, as always, we can't talk about the economics behind a company without first knowing what the company is. So what is Ambit Mining? Ambit Mining is a mining operation based in the Free Economic Zone of Tbilisi, Georgia. It will be made up of a large diversified mining farm. This means it will not only use ASICs but traditional GPUs as well, which tend to have a higher resale value than ASIC miners. This allows for a larger range of cryptocurrencies to be mined, allowing for greater flexibility. So, what are the claims of this company? They promise a 141% return on investment per year. This seems to be more sensible compared to the 337% that IceRock Mining claims. This company also uses cheap green energy to fuel this mining farm. This is at the cheap price of only 5 cents per kilowatt hour, which is only 41% of the average energy price in the US. They also claim to be able to buy the ASIC miners tax-free, which will enable them to purchase more miners at a cheaper price, improving the ROI times. And finally, they claim to have previous experience as they have already built a 1 megawatt mining farm late last year. So, what makes this company more likely to be successful than a person who wants to mine at home? First off, Ambit utilizes high-efficiency ASIC miners, which only have the sole purpose to mine a certain type of cryptocurrency. This means that we have a higher hash rate for a lower amount of energy. Ambit Mining also benefits from a low energy cost. They only pay 5 cents per kilowatt hour, which is much lower than the 12 cents per kilowatt hour of an average American home. This allows for a greater efficiency for the miners, generating higher returns. And just as a bonus, the energy is green, which means the company will harm the environment much less than an equivalent company. Thirdly, the placement in the tax-free zone of Tbilisi allows for the purchasing price of all the components to be cheaper, as there is no import tax, but also there is no tax to be paid when dividing up the dividends to token holders. Ambit also has a previous experience with building a mining farm. This indicates a smoother running for the new farm. A reinvestment of 21.25% of all profits allows the company to repair broken miners or invest into more miners to make sure they stay ahead of the ever-rising difficulty of cryptocurrency mining. And finally, this business is more than just a mining business. They offer hosting and cloud mining for other people to take advantage of the infrastructure to drive further profits. Now, Ambit Mining is a little bit more complex than other mining companies. First of all, there is no clarification for how much money is going to be invested into each business. Furthermore, gauging profits from a hosting company can be difficult, as it is hard to know how successful they will be. Furthermore, to make things even harder, Ambit has not said which ASIC miners they'll be using. I can only assume they'll buy the ones that are the most efficient at the time, but I can't be sure. Ambit Mining also plans to use traditional GPUs to mine. This makes things even more difficult, as Ambit Mining has not told me what ratio the ASIC miners to traditional GPUs will be. The only way around this is trying to estimate the profits of the new company by looking at the profits of the old company. So, let's attempt to estimate the profits of the company. All of my calculations are based on the current mining farms that Ambit owns. On Ambit's white paper document, it says that the total amount invested into the original company was $660,000. This would have been the price to build and purchase the miners. I'm going to assume that they only used ASIC miners for this venture, as it makes my calculations much easier. After 5 months, starting in November of 2017, the farm generated $690,600, just enough to offset the initial investment costs. Also, on the white paper document, it states that the farm is a 1 megawatt or 100,000 watt farm. Electricity, as we know here, is charged at 5 cents per kilowatt hour, which totals $180,000 over the 5-month period. Investors would have received 63.75% of the profits, according to the calculations that I've made, and each token was being sold at 50 cents. Although there is an offer at this time, so the ROI may somewhat be affected. This means that for the first venture, each token made around 25 cents or around a 50% ROI. I am now going to try and extrapolate the data for the new mining farm. Since November of 2017, the Bitcoin difficulty has increased by 307%. This could potentially decrease our net income by a factor of 3. However, more efficient ASIC miners have been developed, and since then, namely the Bitmain Antminer S9i, which is the miner I have chosen to make my calculations with. This means that as the new hardware is more efficient, we can offset some of the increase in mining difficulty. I'm going to assume that of the $8 million that Ambit intends to invest to raise for the company, $5 million will go towards the mining farm. After building the infrastructure, I would assume around $4 million would go towards purchasing ASIC miners. This means that Ambit Mining can purchase around 4,300 Antminer S9is. These together, mining 24/7, mine around 110 Bitcoin per month, or about $1 million. However, there are some expenditures. Electricity costs to run these miners totals about $300,000 a month. The profits, therefore, of this company sit at around $722,330 a month. For the $5 million in investment to this farm, this totals about 10 million 50-cent tokens. So, each token will make around 7.2 cents. This may seem like a very tiny amount, but the initial investment for a token is also very small. This means that for every token you buy, it will take 13.8 months to pay for itself, and after that, it's pure profit. This is an equivalent ROI per year of 86.98%. This is a lot lower than the initial mining farm, but you have to appreciate mining is becoming a lot more expensive and a lot less profitable. However, from my calculations, it is still possible and still worth doing for large companies. So, in conclusion, what do I think about Ambit? They have good returns on investment and excellent diversifying options. The combination of previous experience in creating a diversified mining farm, as well as hosting and cloud mining, gives this particular mining company an advantage over others. A cheap, tax-free business environment allows the company to drive much higher margins than you or me could create. And this, in combination with the ability to obtain the best hardware, which is pretty difficult at the moment, means we could have a successful company here. However, like most mining companies, it relies heavily on the Bitcoin or other cryptocurrency prices. Bitcoin is extremely volatile, and you could lose all your money very easily with it. Furthermore, my calculations did not consider the ever-rising difficulty of Bitcoin. However, with the reinvestment that Ambit promise, they should be able to match the difficulty. So overall, I think this company has a lot of potential and may be worth investing in. If you liked this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more. If you didn't like this video, make sure to drop me on a comment on how I can improve. Check out some of my other videos, such as this one on ice rock mining, and I'll see you guys in the next video.